Hello everyone. In our previous video, we have studied about who is a retailer, what is the role of retailer, and what are the services which are provided by the retailer to the manufacturers as well as to the customers. In today's video, we will study about the challenges faced by the retailers. Competition. Now, retail consists of organized and unorganized retailing. Organized retailing consists of supermarkets, departmental stores, malls, etc. Unorganized retail consists of mom and pop stores, grocery stores, etc. So the goods which are sold by organized retail are also sold by unorganized retail. So when same goods are sold by both, then there is a competition between the two as to from where the customer will purchase the goods. For example, if a customer wants to buy any goods of daily necessity such as grains, soap, fruits, etc. So he can purchase it either from a grocery store nearby or he can purchase it from a supermarket. So when a customer chooses to buy the goods from a grocery store, that means the supermarket is losing that customer. So like this, there is a competition between organized and unorganized format of retailing. Next is yet to be recognized as an industry. Now, retail is not recognized as an industry by the government. When it comes to agriculture, when it comes to industries, government has given a variety of financial institutions who are providing financial assistance in terms of short term, medium term, and long term loans for their expansion and for their development. But retail is not yet recognized as an industry by the government, and thereby retailers face difficulty when they need to get funds from the government, or for that matter any incentives or subsidies are not given to retailing industry. So that is another challenge which is faced by the retailers. Next is high real estate cost. Now when we talk about manufacturers, manufacturers are usually located outside the city in rural areas, or they are not within the city, they are located at the border of the city. So their cost of operation is less because they are located in primitive areas, you can say. When it comes to wholesalers, even they do not set up their shop in the market. It is only retailers who set up their stores in the market where there is lot of people who are passing by, because retailer is the one who will sell the goods directly to the customers. So it is important that he is having his shop or his store in the market where there is frequent visit of customers. So when he wants to have his shop or store in the market, he will have to pay higher rent, or if he want to acquire land, he will have to pay higher price because he wants to have his shop or store in middle of the market where lot of customer visits so that he can have lot of sales. So here he will have to pay higher price. And for that matter, when you see wholesaler or manufacturers, they are not located at the prime locations in the city. They can be located anywhere because they are not coming in direct contact with the customers. So this is a challenge that is faced by the retailers. Next is lack of infrastructure. Now you know that in a developing country like India, the infrastructure is not completely developed. The roads are not of good quality, and other modes of transport are not 100% developed. Okay, apart from that, even storage facilities are not properly developed. When there are no proper storage facilities and when the goods are not stored properly, it is retailer who will have to deal with such improperly stored goods or damaged goods, especially when it comes to perishable items like fruits, vegetables, and non-vegetarian items like fish, meat. If they are not stored properly, then their quality will be reduced, and when the quality is reduced, retailer will not get good price for the products that he wants to sell. So lack of infrastructure facilities is proven to be a loss to the retailer. Next is supply chain inefficiencies. Now you know that the goods are manufactured by the manufacturer and then they come to wholesaler and wholesaler sells it to the retailer and retailer sells it to the customer. So if there is any inefficiency in the supply chain, that is if the goods are not manufactured at the right time by the manufacturer, then it is the retailer who will be suffering because he is dealing with the customer. If he is not able to supply the good at the right time to the customer, then customer will go to another shop because customer will not wait for a longer time to purchase the goods. Now for example, if I am a retailer and a, of a grocery store and a customer is coming to my shop to purchase a particular brand of soap, and at present if I do not have stock of that particular soap, so what the customer will do, he will go to another shop and he will purchase it. So in this manner I will lose that customer. So next time what the customer might feel, instead of coming to my shop he will go directly to another shop, so it is a loss to retailer. So the supply chain has to be efficient and the retailer has to maintain good stock of goods so that he will have customers and he will not lose the customers. Next is cultural disparity. Now India is a country which is huge in size and it has got socio-economic and cultural diversity. That is, there is no one established model or consumption pattern which is available throughout the country. Okay, if you go to north, the choice, the taste, the preference of customers is different. If you come to south, again the choice, the beliefs, the demands of the customers are different. Similarly, if you go to east and west side, there the needs and wants of customers are different. So throughout the country you do not have a single consumption pattern of the customers. Now, if you come to south side, people here prefer coffee rather than tea. But if you go to north side, they prefer tea. So like this, the consumption pattern of the customer is different throughout the country. So sometimes one good which is produced by the manufacturer will not satisfy all the needs. So as per the different culture, retailer has to adopt or he has to understand his customer and then satisfy the need of his customers. Next is frauds in retail. Now, there are a lot of frauds that happen in retail. They include vendor frauds, thefts, shoplifting, or sometimes inaccurate supervision, or while in transit, the goods may be damaged, or sometimes the customers may pickpocket the goods. Now if you go to a grocery store, if the seller is alone who is managing the store and if there are a lot of customer who visit this store, then what can happen is some customer might pickpocket some goods and go, then it is a loss to the retailer. Apart from that, the employees of the retailer may also steal some goods and go away. So like this frauds of like this many frauds are involved in retailing business. Next is political risk. Now you know that in our country every 5 years government changes. So when the government changes, the new government brings in different policies for all the sectors of the economy. Now let's say that if one government is having favorable policies for retail, but after a certain period of time if the government change and there is new government who is appointed, so in that case again the policies will change. Now because the government is not stable or there is no one party which is ruling the country, so if every now and then there are changes in the policies of government, then it will affect the retail business because some government might be favorable for retailing industry, that is they may provide lot of funds, incentives, subsidies. Another government which comes into power, if he changes this policy by providing limited support, then it will affect the retailers. So that is another risk that the retailers face. Next is inventory management. It is very important for a businessman to properly manage his inventory, because every businessman is doing business to satisfy the customer and thereby earn profit from that. So the wants of all the customers, especially in case of retailing transaction, they are not the same. Some customer require goods in small quantities, whereas other customers might require goods in large quantities. So the retailer has to be prepared of maintaining adequate stock to fulfill the requirements of all types of customers. If he will not do so, then he will lose his customers to his competitors. But in the process of satisfying the customer, retailer has to also take care of maintaining proper stock. If he maintains excess stock, then the cost of maintaining that inventory will be more and his profits will be lower. But for that matter, if he is maintaining less stock, then he will lose his customers and thereby again lose the profit that might had come from sales in the rightly manner. So the retailer has to properly monitor the stock. He has to understand the needs of his customer and accordingly plan his inventory. So with this, I will conclude today's session. Thank you very much.